My bad. I was talking and my mic was muted. But yeah, we're live. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Alexander Isak. We're going to talk about Marc Guehi. And we're going to talk a little bit about the game that happened yesterday. So before we start, make sure you like and subscribe. We are on the road to 1.5K subscribers. And also, as you guys can see at the bottom of your screen, we got the Fantasy Premier League code there. So if you guys want to join, get that code, put it in, and then you will be a part of the final of the Premier League Fantasy. I said Final Fantasy. Premier League Fantasy team. So yeah, guys, come on. Let's look at the comments that we got so far, and then we're going to get into it. We're going to start off with Isak because we have some Isak news, and there's a lot of opinions I got about that. Arsenal will win the league. Arsenal will be champions, BPL. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, Liverpool fans. Okay, fair enough, man. Talk your shit. Isak to move to Arsenal. Okay, man. If that's what you believe and that helps you sleep at night, then yeah, whatever you say, bro. Okay. Hello. I'm getting annoyed with hearing the same stuff about Isak, bro. We're gonna get into it. We are gonna get into it. Don't worry about it. Trust me. Don't worry. We are gonna get into it. Okay. Nothing is changing. Yeah. You see this right here. Like and subscribe for all Liverpool content. Talking Reds is the place to be. You guys see that there? I don't know what you're doing. Like and subscribe. Okay. Guehi and Isak incoming. You never walk alone. I don't know. And that's all the comments that we have so far. Like I said, like and subscribe. It is for free. Hi, thoughts on DM cover. Don't worry, bro. When we get to that section, I will talk about it. When we get to that section, I'll talk about it because we've had a very in-depth conversation in the group chat about this, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. Okay. I really hope we sign. Okay. Okay. So let's start off with the Isak news. Let's start off with the Isak news. Let me get the tweet up here. Okay, let me do this. Open a new tab. Let's go here. And I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see everything that I'm seeing as well, so that you guys can be informed, because I got all the links. I should have had a little bit more prepared, but I know the ones that we are looking for. Is it this one? Okay, let's go a bit down. Let's start off with the Ben Jacobs one. Okay. As you guys can see, let me make this full screen. Let's make this bigger so you guys can see everything. So I got this up on my second monitor, so give me 1 sec. Okay. As you guys can see here, Alexander Isak will only consider reigniting at Newcastle or signing a new deal if Liverpool directly inform him a deal is impossible this summer. Isak is waiting to see if Liverpool bid again. The Premier League champions haven't walked away as it stands, but have no plans to place a second offer unless giving clear encouragement from Newcastle United. So here's the thing. We are sick and tired. We are sick. Breaking news. No. Okay, breaking news. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, let me see. I'm not sure if you're just talking shit, but let me refresh this. Okay, let's see. Because you kind of threw me off my grip. Okay, let's see. As long as the deal for Isak remains alive as they wait for a Newcastle decision, the Reds wait and prepare their strategy as the Swedish striker also insists on playing at Anfield this upcoming season, but Newcastle have the ball in their court. This is why Liverpool's discussed internally about alternatives, and Barcola is considered as one of the best players in the world by Liverpool. Okay, everything's the same. Everything's the same. And let me tell you guys this. I want you guys to know this. I want you guys to understand this. And this is very important to understand. This deal is taking its time because of two reasons. Number one, Newcastle can't find a replacement that they see that is good enough to replace Isak, because let's be honest, the striker market isn't the best market at this current moment of time. Number two, Newcastle generally don't want to sell. They do not want Isak to leave. That's why they keep offering him new contract. That's why they keep asking him, convincing him, begging for him, pleading with him, doing the most for him to stay. But the reality is, as long as Liverpool's there, he don't want to leave. It's just that simple. And that's the problem. The problem is Isak has 3 years left on his contract. And the thing about this is, and people don't understand how big of a big deal if they are able to retain Isak beyond this season, which I doubt it. But if they're able to retain Isak, this could be one of those situations where we can maybe see the pendulum swinging back into the club's standpoint. Maybe clubs can start to stiff arm players and forcing them to stay. Maybe clubs can start to press players to stay. Maybe we are in that position now when it comes to this. Maybe, because at the end of the day, he has 3 years left in his contract. Newcastle don't have to do shit. Obviously, they are trying their hardest to find a replacement before letting him go. And while they're trying to find a replacement, they're also trying to convince him to stay. They still haven't signed Wisa yet. They still haven't decided what they're going to do with the Jackson situation, which, by the way, I think Jackson will actually score a lot of goals at Newcastle. They still haven't decided what they want to do with the other guy from Porto. They still haven't decided what they want to do. And as long as they're in that position where they're not sure of what they want to do, we are going to constantly see them having a strong arm on the deal. Liverpool don't want to throw pointless bids out there, not knowing that they're not going to get anywhere. Everybody's sick and tired. Myself, I'm sick and tired of this saga dragging out. And it's to the point where I'm questioning whether I feel like we should walk away. I'm really questioning whether I feel like we should walk away. But let me look at the comments and see what everybody's saying. Okay, I've looked at this. I'm going to come back to this one. Let me start this one. I'm going to come back to this one. I'm going to come back to this particular comment. I'm going to come back to it. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. I really hope we sign him, but I don't know what. At the moment, just believe that we need a player in that position. Whether it's Isak, whether it's not. It's just a big 50 pence. Okay. We definitely need a centre back and a striker. Can't have one forward in a squad. A winger would be nice. Yes, it would. Okay. Breaking news. Isak deal off. Big up. Don't fucking worry about Isak right now. Main signing is a centre back. We need a striker as well. We need a striker. We need a centre back. We need a left winger. Okay. I wish we were addressing other positions while we wait to sign Isak. Time is running out. Time is running out. Okay. Jackson to Newcastle too. Hi, everybody. Okay. Hello to you too, Adam. Okay, let's keep going. Get the defense in and find a backup striker for Ekitike. Doesn't have to be Isak. With the money we got, bring a winger. I agree. Sorry, but Newcastle are not going to keep an unhappy player on high wages. We'll see. The stance that Newcastle is doing, they're trying to bully Liverpool. Okay, we shouldn't be able to sign Isak and others, but like in the past, we have left areas short, so it wouldn't surprise me that we do this again. It wouldn't surprise me at all. You know what the problem is? Let me talk about this, because I actually want to address this to you guys, and I feel like when it's all said and done, the biggest thing that we gotta keep in mind, let me take this off the screen. Let me take this off the screen. Okay. The biggest thing that we gotta keep in mind is we need to move on to other topic. Hold up. Everybody relax. Relax right now. Everybody's getting a little bit stressed. The Palace loss has gotten into everybody's head. We need to relax right now. The biggest thing is this, yeah. And I said this on my channel, and I've said this on shows I've been on, and I've said this on Twitter as well. I've said that the biggest issue that we might have is that we sold too many players. And when I said I'm not against selling Darwin Núñez, I'm not against selling Luis Diaz, I'm against the fact that we are not going to replace these guys. Because at the end of the day, I see it like this. The biggest thing that helped us last season, and the biggest thing that helped us push for the title the season before, was our undeniable firepower off the bench. Let me say the team that we had in terms of our attackers. We had Salah, we had Van Dijk. We had Salah, we had Núñez, we had Gakpo, we had Diaz, we had Chiesa, we had Jota. That's 6 attackers, and Chiesa didn't even play. But the point is, we had 6 attackers that could change the game. And even if you wanted to make a case, Chiesa did come on and contribute in trying to mount a comeback against Newcastle in the final. But the point I'm trying to say is we had multiple people that could bring off the bench. And obviously we had Harvey Elliott, who was also created, that could play on the right-hand side and they can also play in the 10. And that's another guy that can potentially be sold as well. The problem is, are we selling too many players? We lived off firepower. As much as people hated Núñez came in clutch against Nottingham Forest. Núñez came in clutch against Newcastle. Núñez came in clutch against Brentford. Gakpo's coming clutch against City. Gakpo's coming clutch against Man United when we were down, and he scored that goal when he had De Ligt sliding off the pitch. And then we had Jota, who has come off the bench and scored crucial goals. The one against Everton, his last ever goal. RIP to him, and God bless his family. But we had all of these players that can impact the game off the bench. Against Palace, we did not have that. So it's very important for whether Liverpool sign Isak or whether Liverpool sign Barcola, whether Liverpool sign Rodrigo, it's very important for us to bring in a striker and a left winger. I feel like we need a striker and a left winger, because even if we do bring in Isak, we're still one short. We're still one short of what we had last year. Gakpo needs a backup. He ain't good by himself. He was very good when he was looking over his shoulder, feeling like I could get dropped if I don't play well. Rio has the potential to push him, but Gakpo is living. The only way I see Rio breaking into the team is not only if he rips the jersey off the back of Gakpo, is if he has some unbelievable performance where Sort has to go, you know what, I got to give this kid a try. But yet, he's had unbelievable performances for his age, but he hasn't had unbelievable performances where you go, yeah, I'm going to take that gamble on him. And that's the thing. That's where we're at now. The fact of the matter is we are wasting a lot of time dilly-dallying, waiting on Newcastle to do what they need to do. Rio's the backer. I don't think he's ready at this. You know what it is yet? I think he's ready. But what does my opinion matter for? Let me bring up your comment. What does my opinion matter for? This is all on the club. The club needs to equip us to challenge again. And at this moment in time, we just have a nice 11. We strengthen in certain areas, weaken in other areas. Me personally, I was more of a Lucho Diaz fan than I am of a Gakpo guy. Like, that's just me personally. But like I said, what do I know? What do I know? Okay, let me go back a couple of comments here. Okay, let's see. I've seen this play out many times over the years. Play power wins. Yeah. I hope you're right, but when the longer things go, the longer it doesn't look good, because like I said, Isak has not. Okay, do you know what the biggest thing about it is? Yeah, it's not about whether we sign Isak or not. It's about the fact that you guys aren't taking into account Isak hasn't had a preseason. He hasn't played a game since the end of last season. He hasn't played the game in months. He hasn't had a preseason. Having not had a preseason, going to a brand new club. Like, that's tough. That's tough. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's tough. That's tough. Like, that's not the position that we should want to be in, and that's not the position that would encourage us to be in. The plan should be get this dude in the door as soon as we can, get a centre back, and get a left winger. If Rio is going to be the backup, treat him like he's going to be the backup. Don't treat him like a guy like Gakpo's by himself. Here's the thing. I'm not against Rio being the backup. I'm against the fact that we're treating him like a guy that is still a prospect. And he's still a prospect. And he's still a guy that needs to be nurtured and integrating in the team slowly. But if you're trying to throw him to the Wolves and see what happens. Like, you guys have seen in if you watched anime in Dragon Ball Z where Piccolo throws Gohan at the mountain and says, show your full potential, and then Gohan shows you full potential, man. If Slot's gonna do that, then do it. When you see Diaz having it, when you see Gakpo having a stinker, take him off. Put Rio in. You got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. I don't think Rio is gonna take away anything from the team. But that's my opinion on that. Yeah, I can see that. If we get that that Italian defender and we get Marc Guehi, I don't give a shit if we sell Kwanzaa. The thing about it is there's nothing wrong selling players. It's just if you're going to replace them. If you're not going to replace them, I'd rather have them. Liverpool have been a team over the last couple of years have been strength in numbers. The last time I've seen us be light in a position was literally the season before we rebuilt our whole entire midfield. Well, midfield's legs gone. We were light in midfield, and we had to rebuild our whole entire midfield where we signed 3 midfielders one summer. Player power often wins to get it a bit cheaper, but once the window opens, Isak will just play up again. Don't see him sitting on the bench for 6 months. I don't see him sitting on the bench for 6 months in a World Cup here. I agree with that. Okay. Dope. I rate Dope, by the way. I saw your comment. Your comment stood out for me. I rate Dope, by the way. Let me go back here. Ones that should have never been sold if we're not going to bring in a replacement. And yes, we need to replace. Here's the thing. We possibly might bring in a replacement. It's just, if you want to go back to back, if you want to defend the title, you got to do it as quick and as efficiently as possible, because Chelsea are coming. Man City are coming. Arsenal are going to be there. Man United, we don't know what the hell they're going to be doing. But at the end of the day, there's no easy games in the Premier League. There's no easy games in the Premier League. I saw this. Rate Dope. He will be ready for Arsenal game, maybe. I'm guessing you're talking about Isak. Confirm with me. I just think Liverpool would get some behind closed doors friendlies for Isak. We have to. We have to bring that dude up to speed. We have to. Depends on how good he trains alone. Trust me. Let me tell you something. I have played semi-professional and try for professional teams. Trust me, you need games. Training alone is not gonna be that. Trust me. I'm telling you from experience. Training alone is not going to be enough. I'm telling you right now, training alone is not going to be enough because it's different. Training alone will make you fit. Training alone will make you ready in terms of your personal fitness, but nothing can match your game intensity because some games are played fast, some games are played slow, some games are played fast and slow. I'm sure you guys in the chat play football. Have you ever played a football game where the tempo is uncontrollable, where you can see your midfield trying to slow the game down, but the game just isn't slowing down? It's just going boom, 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 boom. That happens. That happens. And me personally, if I'm being real with you, if I'm being 100% real with you, he needs to play games. Games is the only way he can be sharp. And with a new team, you need to play with your teammates. Like, you need to play with your teammates. Okay. Yeah, Isak. Okay, yeah, I get you. Thing is, we can afford to give him time because Ekatike can hold down. Yeah, he could. Just hope Slot don't hit him with the Chiesa bullshit. He hasn't had a preseason. Obviously, he won't do that, but yeah, I'm just playing, man. Well, yeah. Okay. Let's talk about Marc Guehi. Let's talk about Marc. Okay, let's do this. If Isak comes, he won't be ready until after international break soonest. Depends on Isak and depends on how he gets fit. Give me a couple of weeks, I'm fit already. But that's just me. Everybody's different. Everybody's body works different. Isak deal will be done by Friday. What makes you so sure? We haven't even put a bid in. We have not even put a bid in, my guy. But let me get some Marc Guehi or Guehi news. So let's see what's happening with him. Okay. Okay, let me do this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Let's get this down. As you guys can see here, Crystal Palace chairman Steve Parish on Marc Guehi. Of course, for a player of that caliber to leave on a free is a problem. It needs a new contract or a conclusion of some sort. So Guehi won't sign a new deal, and basically he can exit in the last 20 days. I was gonna say 72 because I saw this comment, which I'm gonna address in a bit. But yeah, I think he had an amazing performance against us. He played really well. And I feel that with him as a let me put back on chat. Okay, with him as a what's the word I'm looking for? With him as a centre back, what he showed me was very comfortable in the ball, which we already knew. Great leadership skills in terms of organizing the back line, making sure everybody's in the right position. I feel like he's a must, and I feel like if we sign him, we should definitely sign the other guy from Italy. But overall, wait, one second. Okay, so I feel like with everything that's happening with his situation, based on what he said, he basically say if you don't sign, he's for sale. And I'm guessing that if we do, so I'm guessing I'm pretty sure they want 50 mil. I'm guessing we can probably do 35 or 40, 42 with add-ons. And I feel like that'll be a good deal. I feel like if we sign, he can play a lot of games, and we get Leone as well. That gives us 4 centre backs and make Joe Gomez the 5th option, because having Joe Gomez as the 4th option is still very risky, because anything can happen to Konate, anything can happen to Van Dijk. And if Liverpool get hit with an injury-ravaged season, then it's going to look kind of peak in terms of our overall structure and layout. As far as Guehi, would welcome him, want him at the club. We might face competition from Chelsea. Keep that in mind. If Liverpool want to bullshit, Chelsea are lurking because, 40 million. Chelsea are lurking because Chelsea need a centre-back. Guehi doesn't have to leave London. Remember I said this. Chelsea are lurking. So if Liverpool really want Guehi, they got to move fast. But, I haven't really got much to say on Guehi, to be honest. I feel like that situation is pretty straightforward. If we want him, pay the money. If we don't, then don't pay the money. Okay, let's see. We did get Guehi news, though, today. Yeah, we did get Guehi news, yeah. But, yeah. Overall, I do feel, let's see what this guy's saying. I don't want to talk about Alexander Isak anymore until there's significant movement in his status. As a Liverpool fan, I only care about the back for the defense. Okay, so you just want the defense to be sorted. Cool. Okay. Ben reported that he only wants Liverpool. You talk about Guehi. If Guehi only wants Liverpool, then fair play. I don't think Guehi will go to Chelsea. I'm just saying they're lurking. Because at the end of the day, they're lurking. If he only wants Liverpool, which I haven't seen anywhere, then it's easy. But I'm just saying Chelsea are lurking because they need a centre-back because of what happened to Levi Colwill doing his ACL. Which, by the way, I wish him a speedy recovery. Yes, I agree. It's a must. What do I want to talk about? So, yeah. Let me bring this up because I remember this. Okay. Let's see this. All right, thoughts on DM cover. I think we need some depth. Let me show you some. Because I actually want to talk about the game a little bit. But I need to show you something right now. And also, yep, you see this right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And obviously, the Fantasy Premier League code is on the bottom of the screen. So the Fantasy Premier League code is at the bottom of the screen. Like and subscribe. Make sure you share this video out there. We are trying to grow. We are trying to be big. We got 39 people in the stream, so I'm hoping to see a good amount of people subscribing. Okay. Let me show you something. When I watched that game, Liverpool versus Palace, this is what I said this morning after the game, after a lot of reflection after the game. Liverpool fans, you wanted Darwin Núñez gone, which is cool. You wanted Luis Diaz gone, which is cool. And with the unfortunate, I was meant to say passing, but typo, of Jota, you guys are now seeing that this team lacks so much attacking. I was meant to say depth. I fucked that up twice. Depth. This team lacks attacking depth. And as you guys are seeing right now, it lacks midfield depth. And the reason why I say that is, if there's no Gravenberch, if there's no McAllister, we are going to struggle. And the reason why we're going to struggle is down to the simple fact of our team doesn't have the right personnel. If you have a specialist in the number 10 position, you need, and I mean you need, to get a number 6. When you have Szoboszlai in the 10 who's going to work hard and everybody is defended by committee, you don't need a 6. But if you got someone that's basically a lottery player, you're going to need a number 6. So to answer your question, yes, I do believe we do need a backup for Gravenberch or someone that can actually compete with Gravenberch, which I do not think we'll get. And it's a shame, but the game is the game. Like, at the end of the day, there's not really a lot that we can do about that. Like, the only thing we can do is just wait and see. It's just wait and see. Apparently, Chelsea have 9 centre backs, so why do they need more? Because the manager said they need another centre back. The manager said that they need another centre back, and you and I both know when a manager says he needs a position, especially at a club like Chelsea, they're probably in the market for one. But yeah, higher. Have you heard if we are after any? It's Guehi, and the Italian brother. Let me see if I can get out. Hold up, one sec. Guehi and the Italian brother. I think his name's Leone. Yeah. This team needs Guehi, and we are on all right. No, you guys are not getting it. We do not have the. Let me pull this comment. We do not have the attacking depth, bro. When you look to that bench and Ekatike came off, who was the vocal point up front? The vocal point up front was non-existent. The vocal point up front was non-existent. What about Baticic? Baticic is very injury prone and he's very down in the pecking order, and we don't know how good he is. Because at the end of the day, we are trying to look for players that are Liverpool level players that can actually belong to play for Liverpool, that can actually live up to the standards of Liverpool. So yeah, let me put this back up again. Okay. As you can see, Liverpool expected to hold talks this week coming for Guehi. Crystal Palace defender is a key defensive target for Anfield Club, which with much of the groundwork already in place. So Liverpool have already done the groundwork for this guy. It just comes down to, can we squeeze over the line? Van Dijk says we need a centre back. We do need a centre back. We know we need a centre back. Everybody. Here's the thing: us fans, we know what we need. The question is the club gonna take that seriously and take it on board and give us what we need? We know what we need. We know we need a centre back. We know that we need a winger. We know that we need a striker. We know what we need. We need to match the depth that we had last season. If we can match the depth that we have last season plus the starting 11, we can win the league pretty comfortably. At this way this team's currently constructed, we are not winning the league. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. These are attacking options, man. Hold up, let's go here. Let's go here. Don't worry, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Okay, here it is. So, look at the BPL backups. Rio, Chiesa, Doku. Not Doku, Doak. And then City got Doku, Mamouche, Oscar Bob. Chelsea got Gittins, Delap, Esteva. Arsenal got Trossard, Havertz, Madueke. Those are better than our backups. We got the worst backup on the list. If this was 2021 or 2020 Chiesa, then the list doesn't look as bad, especially if you add Isak. The list don't look as bad. But look at how the list is right now. This is terrible. Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful. Why has there been no bid put in for 2 centre backs that we're after? Because Liverpool love to wait and ponder and wait and ponder until they decide to make the obvious decision of going through with it. That's what we've been doing this whole entire time. Liverpool need to bid Newcastle to buy. I'm guessing meant to buy it to Newcastle's asking price, or we'll miss out on Isak. Depends. When a team becomes willing to negotiate, you can make shit happen. True, many has been linked with him. He's not coming ever. Apart from Rio, he's good. What are you talking about? David, what are you talking about? Well, yeah, man. Like, honestly speaking, it hasn't been that great, to be honest, in terms of the backups and how we let so many people go. The time is all and more Isak. So blinded by that deal, it will feel like we're neglecting other. Yes, I know. I feel like the community shield has shown us what we need and what our weaknesses are. And going into the season with two centre backs is very diabolical. Going into the season with two centre backs is very, very diabolical, man. Very diabolical. But what do I know? What do I know? Okay. Also, there are too many out. Yes, we know this. There are too many outgoings. There are too many outgoings because our club wants to have a good net spend and wants to look like we've saved a lot of money. You think Liverpool are gonna blow 400 million and just keep everybody, or 300 million and just keep everybody? Nah, man. They were shifting some dead wood, but the problem is the dead wood needs to be replaced. How am I meant to start a fire about freaking wood, coal, all that shit? You know, replacing dead wood. That's all it really is. Replacing dead wood. Rio Kies and Doku, that doesn't look good. But Rio looks better than the other two. Of course, Rio looks better than the other two, but it doesn't matter because we're going off reputation. Gittins can be a starter. Delap can be a starter. Estevao can be a starter. Trossard, Havertz, Maguire can be a starter. If that's a front, if Trossard has a Maguire as a front three for freaking, I don't know, Bournemouth, no one would be complaining. We're complaining because we hold these players to a standard of a top team. Like no one in our starting 11 can be a front player for a bottom or mid-table Premier League team. They can't. Maybe Rio could get there. Maybe Doak can get there. It really depends, honestly. It really depends. Okay. We're one injury or suspension away from Endo centre back. You know what, fun fact? You know Endo's played more games centre back than in midfield. Most people don't know that. Endo has played more games centre back than in midfield. Doesn't mean I want it, but could be worse. But yeah, man. Honestly speaking, man, it's an interesting time being a Liverpool fan. It's a very interesting time being a Liverpool fan. Oh hell no, Gate's terrible. Like, he's not terrible, but like he's on the ball ability. He's not a slot player. If it was a clock player, then maybe. Slot player, no. Ugarte ain't working under what do you call it? A slot system. Yeah. But yeah, man. Anything else you guys want to talk about? You want to address? Obviously, I covered the Marc Guehi stuff. Not really much to say that. The Isak situation is getting drawn out. It feels like every other video we're talking about Isak. And right now we're trying to see what's going to happen with the team. Because obviously you see Tottenham going in for Savinho. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is, you know? It is what it is. But, yeah, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know what you guys think. I see 32 people in the stream. Slap the like button and subscribe if you are new. And also, let me show you something. Can you see that? The link. Click it. Click it. But let me see. Are we still linked to Fofana? Some papers do, some papers don't. All I know is on the short list, and all I know is that he's holding out for a Premier League club. So a club has spoken to him. But let's see what happens with that. Let's see what happens to that. Let's see if Isak can force his way out. Let's see if Liverpool can pick it up for the next game, which is the start of the season. Let's see where we can go with this. That's what it's all about. Let's see where we can go and let's see what we can do. Let's see where we can go. Let's see what we can do. Let's see where we can go. Let's see what we can do. One second. What striker would you get outside of Isak? Mateta. Mateta's the best striker on the market. Mateta's the best striker on the market. After such a huge window, we've still left ourselves short. We left ourselves short because we sold that too damn much. Okay, I prefer Jalen to think he's a tool and post center, but it looks like the next Van Dijk. If he looks like the next Van Dijk, then we have to do everything in our power to secure him. If he looks like the next Van Dijk, we have to do everything in our power to get him. Got to do everything in your power to get him. Sign him to like a 7-year deal or 10-year contract like Chelsea. If he's the next Van Dijk, and say, bro, your career will begin here in terms of like now you've arrived, and your career will end here. Because here's the thing: you do not find Van Dijks lying around on the market. You do not find Van Dijks lying around in the market. So if you find someone that's close to Van Dijk, that has potential of him, you grab him. You grab him. You grab him. Let's see. I don't think Mateta is a player. No, but what you got to understand is the hold-up play. The hold-up play, the ability to link. He's got decent footwork. I feel like he could work for this team. I genuinely feel like Mateta could work for this team, especially as a backup. Death row, 100% death row contract the shit out of him if he's the next Van Dijk. Death row contract the shit out of him is the next Van Dijk. Almost. I don't know what that means. Be nice to wake up to Liverpool, but yeah, not happening. Not happening. Oh fuck. Hello. Check. Okay, but yeah, not happening. It's not about type. It's about if you're looking for a striker, he's the best striker on the market. He is the best striker on the market. That's really what it boils down to. Best striker on the market. The Isak situations had Newcastle's heads in a spin. Newcastle are now Liverpool's rival, which is weird. Newcastle are beefing everybody, which is weird. And with their inability to sign players, it's not really a lot I can say to that, you know? It's not really a lot I can say to that. But let me refresh and let's see if we have any more bumpers before I consider wrapping up. A 45-minute stream sounds decent considering the context of how today went. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired. Let's see. Let's see if there's any news. Oh yeah. I got a question. Do you think that there's a lack of options in the market for Newcastle to pursue, or do you feel like Newcastle are just giving up? Because I saw that Koulibaly was on their list, and Koulibaly has apparently made it clear that he prefers Juventus. So they got rejected by Koulibaly before actually even approaching him. So they got rejected again. It's like watching paint dry. Yes, it is. It is 100%. It is so much like watching paint dry. It's torture, man. It's just shit, man. It's just shit. It's just garbage, man. Literally, it's just garbage. It's just garbage. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's just garbage. Right. I'm just sick and tired of this saga, man. I'm sick and tired of this saga, man. Oh my lord. Slap the like button, people. Slap the like button, people. Subscribe to Talking Reds. Come on. Subscribe. Fantasy football code is literally on the bottom of your screen. So you guys can join in, get the code, and let's see who wins that. But yeah, terrible predicament. But anyway, guys, I think that's about it. There's not really much to talk about. We did 45 minutes. Okay, let me see what you're saying. Bo. Okay. There's so many options. Simon is there, Ramos is there, Jackson is there. They need to stop thinking about that. Yes, you're right. If Newcastle buy based on their size, then they would have already got a player by now. But like I said, they can't even sign Wisa. Okay, there is enough options for them, but the way they are going for targets, it's like they have a list of 50 people and he doesn't want to sign. Okay. Newcastle are going for players that are bigger than what's. Okay, so you're saying they're going for players that are bigger than the club. Fair enough. Fair enough. That makes sense. Nothing is really happening right now, man. You know what it is, yeah? If we do ever get Eastside Bomber, it's just not going to feel real. It's just not going to feel real. And it's not going to feel real purely for the fact that it's been going on for so long. And I guarantee you this, it's probably be like a Fab exclusive. And people are going to say, no, nothing's concrete. You're going to have your Pool Joyces come out. Not Pool Joyces, what's that guy? James Pierce come out and dampen everyone's parade. Everybody's losing their heads because we drew against Palace. But in other hands, you got people saying that it's good that we drew because there's a curse. Blah, 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 blah. Bottom line is everybody needs to relax. We need to hold on tight. We see how we will do against Brentford. I think see how we do on Friday, regardless. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Will we sign Alexander Isak? I hope so. But yeah, guys, I'm going to bounce and I'm going to catch you guys. Okay, Samu is the best replacement in my opinion. Yes, they're taking their time. They're taking their time because they're not convinced on him. You see how quickly they went in for freaking Sesko. They're not convincing that dude. They're not convincing that dude. If we don't strengthen, I agree. I agree. You're right. Bournemouth, yes, Bournemouth. For some reason, I thought it was Brentford. We should be Bournemouth, but you never know. Football's football. I don't know what they did in terms of their business and dealings, but all we gotta do is wait and see. Isak will be unveiled at halftime first. Now they're gonna throw tomatoes at him. They will throw tomatoes at him. He might even get stoned. But anyway, guys, that's enough. That's enough of me today. We see what happens tomorrow. I'm not sure who's hosting tomorrow, but yeah, I don't know. It might be me. Who knows? But if we have more news tomorrow, we can cover that. We can talk more about football. We can talk more about the games. And until then, I catch you guys in a bit. Hope you guys have a lovely, blessed day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you are new. And also, one thing you gotta remember is this. We are still in the driver's seat when it comes to this league title. We just need to give ourselves more depth. As long as we give ourselves more depth, and the quote I've said, if Liverpool do what they're meant to do in this window, we will have a very successful season. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.